Once again to another of my tutorial. I want to show you on how to cut your palazzo trouser, your palazzo pant trouser. That is what I want to show you how to cut now. So to get your palazzo pant trouser, you need some basic measurements which you normally take from your waist to your crotch line, from your waist to your nail, and from your waist to your full length. How to get your crotch line: you divide your hip measurements divided by 4. That is what you get for your crotch line. What I have here, because my client wants it to be higher, so I use my hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch. That is what I have here for my crotch, because she wants it to come higher. So my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch, that is what I have here. So because I came up higher by 1 inch, my nail was supposed to be 20. I made it 21 because of that 1 inch which I took from this up here. So after that, I went on to take my full length. Let me bring the fabric down for you to see. I went on to take from my waist to my full length, which is 45 plus 2 inches at the down for my fold at the down, my hem at the down part. So this is what you should have when you want to cut your palazzo or your pant trouser. These are the basic measurements which you need to take. Then you roll out. So after that has been done, let me go quickly to show you and easy on how to go about your cutting. So once you have gotten that, what you are going to do next is to divide your waist measurement divided by 4. Your waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. My waist measurement is 33 divided by 4 give me 8.25 plus 1 inch, which will give me 9.25. So my 9.25, that is what I will put here. 9.25. I'm taking it from this end here. 9.25. So once I've gotten my 9.25, I come over to my crotch line. My crotch line, which I have here, my lap, that's what I'm going to put at this my crotch line now. My lap, which is my thigh. So my lap measurement is 26 divided by 2 gives me 13. So I have my 13 here. 26 divided by 2 gives you 13. I have my 13 here plus 1.5 inch for the crotch curve. 1.5 inch. This applies for all. 1.5 inch for my crotch. So after getting my 1.5 inch for my crotch, I went on to check my measurement from plus my 1.5 inch for my crotch curve to my full length. So what I have here is, I was having 13.25. What I have here now is 14.7. 14.7. Let me see. Okay, I was having 13 as my crotch now. What I have now is 14.5. So 14.5 divided by 2 will give me 7.2. So I'm going to apply my 7.2 here to get my gray line in order for me to be able to shape in my palazzo. 7.2 which I have there, 7.2 which I also have here. 7.2. So I'm going to get my 7.2 all the way down. So 7.2 all the way down. Hope you can see what I'm doing. 7.2 all the way to your M line. So what you need to do is to connect your marks together, your markings which you mark out. Connect all of them together. So just pay close attention. Once it is connected together like this, I'm going to start from my lap. So what is connected together like this, all you need to do now is to get your measurements. So my nail measurement, which I have, So since this is a palazzo trouser, I will go over to the ankle line now. So at my ankle line, my ankle circumference which I have for my ankle is 25 divided by 2. So from this your crush line downward will be divided by 2. From your crush line upward will be divided by 4. So my crush line, which is 25 divided by 2, give me 12.5. So my 12.5 which I have now, I will divide my 12.5 into 2, and I will apply one measurement at this part and one measurement at this part. So my 12.5 divided by 2 gives me 6.2. So this is my 6.2 which I have here. 6.2 which I also have at this other part. So this makes it 12.5. Calculated together 12.5. So I'm still going to apply the same measurement to my nail because it's a palazzo pants trouser. So this is my 6.2 which I have there. I come over to my nail and I mark 6.2 as well at this other part, 6.2. And here also I mark out 6.2. So after marking out my 6.2, what I'm going to do next is to connect my pants together. So from this your original lap measurement, you're going to connect it to meet your nail. Connect it to reach your nail. You connect from your nail to your full length. Connect your nail to your full length. Then at this other part also, you're going to connect it to your nail, because we are now shaping our palazzo. So connect it to meet your nail like this. So you can see what I'm doing. Connect it to reach your nail. So let's go over to the upper part now. So to our upper part, our upper body, what we are going to do next is to connect from this part to our crush now. So this is how we connected to the crush. So once it is connected to the crush now, what you are going to do next again is to connect from your waist. Remember when taking your waist measurement, your waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. That is what I got here. Don't forget that. Always plus your 1 inch for sewing allowance. So from that your waistline, you connect it down to your original lap measurement or thigh measurement. Connect it to your original thigh measurement. Then at this note, from this your thigh measurement, you go up by 2 inches. You go up by 2 inches. So from this 2 inches now, you give it a slope to get your crush curve. Somehow like an arc. Give it a curve for your crush curve. So after giving it that curve for that part now, you are going to connect it from this your crush curve which you have here. I'm going to connect it down to your nail. So you connect from that curve now down to your nail. So after connecting it down to your nail, we are now done for our calculation for the front. So let me go ahead to apply, because it is straight and open for the palazzo, so there will be no need for the shaping of this our down part. So it is going to be the same thing up to the nail. So go ahead to cut out. So because of the fabric, let me go over to pin the one I will use for my bag so that it will stay in place. Okay, so I have pinned everything down. So I folded my up to this spray because I want to do it for you to be able to see the markings of the shop. So I brought it this way. So what you need to do after you have placed your front on your back, you are going to extend your waistline backward. Extend your waistline backward, just like this. After you have done that, if the person you are making for has a big butt, make it 2.5. The person has a small point, make it 2. So what I'm having here is 2.5. So my 2.5 from this my waistline now, I will come in by 1 inch. By 1 inch, you can see. So this is my waistline like this. Let me make it easier for you to understand. This is my waistline that is coming like this. So here now 1.5. From your waistline 1.5. That is what I have here. 1.5. So at this note, what I have for my waist now, I have 9.2. So this 9.2, I'm going to include 1 inch for my dart allowance at the back. So I'm going to make it 10.2 now for the back. So my back now is 10.2. 1 inch for my dart allowance at the back. So after you have done that, you connect it down to your hip line, which is your crotch. Just connect it like this. Bring it like this. So this is your 1 inch we include at the back there. So after you have done that, for your front, for your back crotch, you are going to come down from this your crotch which you have here now. This your crotch, you are going to come down by ½ inch. Come down by ½ inch. Rule your straight line. After you have done rolling your straight line, you put 2.5. This applies for all. Include 2.5. So once you have gotten this your 2.5, you are going to connect your waist line. Connect it down to your side. Connect it down to this side. So I tell you, once if you are working with this kind of fabric, you need to pin it to be in place. So you're going to connect it down to your side from your 1.5 which you have there. So you can see we are working with this one. We are working with this 1.5 which I came in with. So once you have that 1.5 now, what you are going to do now is to shift this like this, and give it a curve like this. You can see this is my main line which I'm working with, the 1.5 which I come in with. Bring it in like this. Connect it. If you have your French curve, just connect your curve like this. So you can see this is our waistline now, which we have there. So what we are going to do now is to put our sewing allowance. So my sewing allowance, what I will make use of is 1 inch. I want to make use of 1 inch for my sewing allowance. You can make yours 1.5. Depends on how many you want your sewing allowance to be. So mine, I'm making this 1 inch for my sewing allowance. Then you connect it together. Then you bring it down to blend with this your line which you have at your crotch here. Blend it with this your crotch line there. So that is what we have for the back crotch. So let's go over to the down part. So at your ankle line, from this your point here, you can see this material is giving me some headache because it is stretchy. Don't worry, I've handled it already by pinning it down. So since I have 2.5 here, since I have 2.5 here, I will come down by 2 for the back. You know your back is supposed to be bigger than your front when it comes to pants. So that is what I'm doing. So my back is bigger than my front. So I connect it from this your 2.5, connect down to your 2. The 2 inches can start from your knee line. The 2 inches start from your nail line. Connect your markings together like this. So let me go ahead to cut it for you to see. So this side will be equal like this, just to extend the other side. That is only what you need for that part. So go ahead to connect it. So at this note, I am done cutting my back, as you can see. So this 1 inch which I have here is for my sewing allowance. What I have here now, what is left here is for my sewing allowance. So this is what you are going to do. Let me cut the band for you to see. So to get your band now, so this kind of fabric, it is very interesting when sewing your band. Very, 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 very easy to sew. More than easy to sew this band. When it comes to fabrics like this, I want to use this other part to make up for my clients. I use that to make up. So my waist, my waist is 33. I will add 2 inches. My waist is 33 plus 2 inches make it 35. If you are adding 1.5 as your sewing allowance, you are going to make yours 3. So what I'm doing now is to mark out my 2 inches for my band. 2 inches. So I'm going to fold half in. Then 1.5 is my normal band measurement, which I'm going to use. So what I have here now is 2 inches. Half is for the sewing in. 2 inches. So go ahead to cut out. So this is for your band. In total it's 4 inches. In total it's 4. This is for your band. So what you are going to do now is to fold it like this and interlock it. Interlock these rough edges close. Close your rough edges with interlocking machine. So for this ones too, you are also going to interlock every bit of it. So I don't think I will show you guys on how to sew your palazzo, but I promise to upload the picture once I collect it from my client of this palazzo. Some other day I'm going to upload it for you to see. So if you are not clear for this palazzo, please, the first person to comment with your measurement, and I promise to use your measurement as an example on the paper illustration for you to go how to cut your palazzo. So for the person to see, the first person to comment your measurement for your pant trouser, comment everything, your waist, your lap, your hip, your full length, your nail, if it is palazzo, your full length, your circumference for the down part. Just bring everything you need to know for our measurements, and I will go ahead to show you how to go the paper illustration. So thank you very much for this note. We have come to a close for this our tutorial. Go ahead and interlock all your rough edges. As always, stay safe and remain blessed.